Good evening, my name is Dovah and welcome to Walking and Talking in Video Games. Tonight we'll be walking through Skyrim while I gently talk you to sleep, discussing whatever my ADHD brain decides it wants to think about. I'm so glad you're here, and I want you to know that you are safe here, and you are enough, just as you are. Now, let's get to walking.
Well, here we are. This is Raven Rock. Can't say I'm all that glad to see it again. Good luck. Maybe you can figure out what's going on around here.
Tonight we are having our adventure in Solstheim. I haven't been back to Solstheim in quite a long time. And I forgot how ashy it is here. Oh, but it's nighttime, you can still see the stars. And I feel like if this was real life, you wouldn't... all this ash and cloud cover would completely block out the stars, but nope, here in Skyrim they still poke through. Which is good. It's nice. Yesterday I spent almost the entire day in the hot tub, and I was trying to wait until nighttime fell and the stars came out so that I could lay back and just enjoy. Do I have to go through? I forget. It's been so long since I've been here. And anyway, that I could just enjoy looking at the stars while floating in the water. But I forgot that since it's summer, let's go down. Since it's summer, it takes so long for it to actually get dark outside. So I ended up giving up because I had already been out in the water for like 5 or 6 hours. And it started out because I was just hanging out on the weekends. I like to spend my mornings outside and just drink my coffee and kind of just exist in peace outside. But my dog really loves to swim, and so I was playing with her in the pool. Well, I was outside of the pool. She was in the pool. I guess I need to talk to someone. And I was getting soaked because she was splashing and shaking water on me. So I changed into my swimsuit. And, sorry for walking on your bones. Changed into my swimsuit, and then I was like, well, I might as well just go ahead and get in the water because it's hot out here and it sounds like fun. But I live in the desert, and the water is freezing because the pool water evaporates so quickly. Like, I used to live where it was really humid, but because the humidity helps keep the water kind of in place and it doesn't evaporate as fast, but since it evaporates so fast, every bit of water that the sun heats up just gets immediately evaporated. So, sorry, I'm like distracting myself with collecting all this stuff. I'm getting carried away. But anyway, so that's why the pool stays at about like 75 degrees, even in the middle of the summer. And it's not the middle of the summer right now, but you know, it's still hot outside, and especially towards the later end of the day. But yeah, so the pool was too cold. I did get all the way into it, but I couldn't stay because it was just so cold.
Are you here to pray, or perhaps pay your respects at our ancestral tomb?
Wait, maybe this isn't where I'm supposed to be. So anyway, I was freezing in the pool water. I cannot handle the cold. Like, even 75 degrees is different if it's air versus water. And it was just too cold. So I heated up the hot tub, went and sat in the hot tub, and that was that. That's where I stayed for the rest of the day. And then once I got out, I decided to practice my ukulele a little bit. But here's the problem with ukulele. when you're playing it, you kind of have to have like short nails on your left hand and longer nails on your right hand, because you're supposed to hold the strings down with your left hand. Well, you know, I guess it depends on whether you're left or right-handed, but you're supposed to hold the strings down using the tips of your fingers, not like the pads of your fingers. So nails get in the way of that. And my nails are like, they're not long, but they're like a little bit too long to be able to effectively hold down the strings the way that I'm supposed to. But then the nails on my right hand are a little too short to be able to strum properly without getting my fingers caught while strumming up, if that makes sense. I don't know, I really struggle with the strumming up, but I was watching a tutorial video yesterday trying to learn how to do it, and you're supposed to basically have your fingers at an angle so that, like, make an acute angle between your fingers and the strings. And you're also not supposed to strum over the hole. You're supposed to strum like a little bit above it, which kind of helps. I'm not really sure how, I guess because if you push down a little bit too hard, the stem, I guess, of the instrument will stop you from pushing. Does that make sense at all? I don't know. But so I learned a bit about the proper way to hold it, the proper way to strum, but I still struggle a bit with strumming up. And man, my brain cannot seem to get a grip on maintaining a strumming pattern, especially if I try to add singing on top of that. If I'm singing a different rhythm than I'm strumming, my brain just cannot handle it. Oh, that is quite the hat you've got there, buddy. I'm sure it keeps the tips of your elf ears warm, not cool. It's interesting, all these houses have basements. But the houses in Skyrim, some of them have cellars, but it doesn't seem as common as these. Even though Skyrim's a frozen wasteland. Oh my gosh, look at all this stuff. Ooh, I bet it's for stealing, not for taking. But it's so much good stuff. Ooh. Oh, I bet that all those gems and coins that I took earlier were stealing. Whoops. I'm gonna have to come back here sometime. Sometime when it wouldn't be a little cheaty to steal all this stuff, because I'm using console commands to make the NPCs not detect me. Just for the peacefulness of the playthrough. But yeah, so I'm really struggling. I know that learning is a process and it takes time. You can't get it all right away. But man, I'm really having a difficult time with the whole singing one rhythm while playing a different rhythm with the strumming pattern kind of thing. And I was in band growing up, but like I played the French horn, which, you know, of course is an instrument that you play with your mouth, so you don't sing at the same time that you're playing it. So I never got any practice with like mixing different rhythms at the same time like that. But I don't know, like I said, it's a learning process. I know it'll take time. I'm just ready to already get it. I'm impatient. Probably the ADHD brain in me. Yeah, so that's how my day went yesterday. It was very nice. And then, of course, today, the day that I'm recording, is Memorial Day, so I have off, which is wonderful because it gives me plenty of time to work on my videos. I don't know, I've been like less into making the videos lately. I'm still doing it, don't worry. I'm still gonna keep up with it.
Last time you explored the mine, you almost fell to your death. I'm not spending the rest of my days as a widow.
And I'm telling you that I'll do whatever it takes to find my great-grandfather's remains. He's down here. I can feel it.
was almost 2 centuries ago. There may be nothing left to find.
Just let me go, woman.
Cretius, you're an obstinate old fool, and you're going to get yourself killed.
She's so much louder than he is. She's kind of blocking the ladder a little bit. There we go. But yeah. So I've been enjoying my time off. And I've got so much time to... Oh, I remember what I was saying. Sorry. I get distracted whenever... Because I want to listen to the people talking, but then I get distracted and I forget what I was talking about. But... Oh, dang. I could... Oh, you could really hurt yourself in here. No wonder she's so worried. So... I'm gonna keep making my videos, of course. But... I don't know, I've just... I do need to spice things up. Oh, I was gonna mention, I just got... Sorry, I feel like every once in a while, the white girl in me comes out, and then I start talking like a valley girl. Sorry, but the skeever's in my way. So, oh yeah, I got a capture card for my Switch, so I would like to, maybe the next video that I make that's a walking and talking, I'll have it be in Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom, and I think that would be really, really fun, really cool. But I'm gonna have to figure out if I can do commands in those games the same way that I can do it in the PC games, where I can... Oh, I just walked in a circle, huh? Where I can keep the critters and monsters from knowing that I'm here. Because that helps maintain the peace that I strive for in these videos by not getting into combat situations. So, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do that. The problem is, you can do stuff like that, like install mods and things on your Switch games if you do it through PC, but you have to, I think, jailbreak your Switch to do that, and I'm very hesitant to do that because I know it's safe, people do it all the time, but I don't know, I just, something in me, like, really fights against, messing with my Switch because I'm terrified I'm gonna mess it up, and then, you know, I mean, it's not like there's a warranty on it at this point. I've had it for 8 years? But, I don't know, I just get scared. Although I would love to do things like play the randomizer mod for... Oh. If I go down there, how do I get back up? Oh, we'll figure it out. The randomizer mods for Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom sounds so much fun. I really love randomizer mods, because it kind of makes it feel like... It gives you back that excitement of not knowing what's coming, what's in store. Like back whenever you played the game at the beginning, like you first played the game. So that's why I love randomizers. Ooh, or like things like Pokemon Infinite Fusion, where you can kind of create whole new species because you get to mix things together, and mixing that with a randomizer mod, super fun, super cool, super awesome. So I enjoy things like that. And I would totally love to add a randomizer mod to my Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom playthrough. Even if it was like randomizing the items, man. Except for it would really suck to randomize the location of the paraglider, because that is so essential to movement throughout the map. So... maybe after I get the paraglider and the initial, what do you call them? Like the things that let you do the things? Oh my gosh, I can't remember what they're called. You know what I mean? If you've played Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom, the things for your Sheikah Slate Pura pad that... Is it Pura or Pura? I feel like I've heard both. I say Pura, but that might not be right. So the things that let you do like the merge power and I'm not making any sense, but I hope that some of you understand what I'm trying to say. But yeah, so maybe once I get those things from the shrines, and then get my paraglider, then I can enable the randomizer mod, and then just see what happens. Oh.
That they have forgotten.
It's the people who
Here do we toil.
they're mind controlled into building this stuff. Spoilers, sorry. I forget, if I touch this, does combat start, or do I get a power? I don't remember. Let's give it a shot. Oh, shoot.
That you might.
That seems inadvisable.
Oh, that's right. But I can break free from the mind control. Whoa, wait.
By day was stolen. I would not advise touching the stone again. Effects of
Somebody's talking to me.
could be, unless, of course, you'd like to contribute to my investigation.
Oh, it's you.
It would be very enlightening to observe you. You there. You don't seem to be in quite the same state as the others here. Very interesting. May I ask what it is you're doing here?
I'm looking for someone named Mirak.
Mirak. It sounds familiar, and yet I can't quite place... Oh, wait, I recall. That makes very little sense. Mirak's been dead for thousands of years.
What does that mean?
I'm not sure, but it is
I
fascinating.
mean, I think I know what it means to be dead for thousands of
Perhaps
years,
it has
but...
some relation to what's going on here. Quite unexpected. I'm
Quite
afraid I
indeed.
can't give you any answers, but there are ruins of an ancient temple of Mirax toward the center of the island. If I were you, I'd look there.
I'm always down for looking for an ancient temple. What are these people doing?
Building something, clearly.
Clearly.
Yet they don't seem to have much to
Oh,
say.
so he's not in charge
I'm
here.
very interested to find out what happens when they finish.
I don't think we want to know what happens when they finish. Have you tried to stop this?
Certainly not. Doing so would interfere with whatever is going on. And I would be unable to see how this will
Fair enough. Alright,
That's that then.
that's that. My Wi-Fi has been super slow lately, but finally we rebooted it today, which we should have done. I didn't know how to reboot the Wi-Fi other than just like turning it off and waiting like 10 seconds and turning it back on. Whoa, that volcano. Dang. But we did it today, and it was taking... I have been trying to download Marvel Rivals on my Xbox. I downloaded it on my PC and it took like a day, which was fine. But I tried downloading it on my Xbox and it had literally, after 2 or 3 weeks, had only gotten to 8% downloaded. And I was like, what the heck's going on? So I ran a speed test for my phone and it was getting at most 2 megabytes per second of download speed. And it would take forever to like connect and figure out which server it wanted to work off of. So finally we rebooted the Wi-Fi today, and just like that, after an hour or so, it's up to 73% from 8%. So now I can finally play with my friends and not annoy them by being on PC when they're all on console and having to play against PC players. So, and I'm sure that Marvel Rivals works like Overwatch, where it gives console a bit of aim assist when playing against PC players, or even just in general. Probably does that. I don't actually know. I play on a controller anyway whenever I'm playing on PC because it's just more comfortable for me. I'm not very used to using keyboard, but because maybe it's because I have small hands, I don't know, but I just find it's a lot easier to reach all the buttons that I need if I'm using a controller. Maybe I just need more practice with the keyboard, but I don't know. I'm just so, my entire life I've been playing on Xbox. I only got a PC a few years ago, so, and even then I would still use controller because I was just so used to it. So he shouldn't be able to see me. Oh, so I play with a controller. So now I'll be able to actually play on the Xbox and get us in the console pool rather than the PC and console pool whenever we're playing against other people. And that should mean that we have an easier time, or that we're able to play ranked together. Although I don't know that they actually want me to play ranked with them because I'm brand new to the I'm like level 12 in Marvel Rivals. And I'm not bad because I played Overwatch a ton. I think I have like 300 hours on Mercy, not to mention the hours that I have on other characters, because Mercy and Moira are my two mains in Overwatch, and so I have the most time on them, and I love playing both of them. And I know Mercy is so basic white girl, but man, these things are creepy. But I don't know, she's just super fun to play. Like, she's really fun to maneuver with. If you've ever played Overwatch and not played Mercy parkour, you should totally do that. It's fun. It's challenging, but it's fun. And there's so many cool things you can do with her movement. Like, if you're floating toward a target and then you press A, then you can shoot forward, or if you press B, then you shoot upward. And I don't know, it's just super cool. And it's really fun to get paired with a DPS who's really good at their job, and then you can damage boost them and get tons of value out of that. Man, I was so into Overwatch whenever Overwatch 2 came out. I never played Overwatch 1, but when Overwatch 2 came out, I was so into it for so long, months and months and months. And I would constantly watch videos on how to be better at my characters, and I can play every support, well, until Juno came out, who's the girl that shoots the one that came out before Juno? Ilari, that's the one, I think. So by the time she came out, I had already like stopped playing so much, so I can play every support up to there, but my favorites are Mercy and Moisey. So I enjoy them a lot. But yeah, I was constantly, oh, look at the dragon skeletons. I was constantly watching tutorials on how to be the best freaking Mercy player I possibly could be. I learned so much about using cover properly. These are kind of small dragons, like juveniles, aren't they? It doesn't look like a full-sized. So I learned tons about how to play around cover, how to be there for my teammates properly, and so that has helped me with Marvel Rivals a lot, because even though the characters are different, and I'm a cloak and dagger main on Marvel Rivals, which is very different from playing Mercy, and I thank God for the homing daggers that home in on the target, because I would not be a very good player if they didn't. My accuracy would be significantly lower for sure. But yeah, so Cloak and Dagger, very different playstyle than playing Mercy. But because I had all that knowledge from Overwatch already, I know how to play around cover, I know how to pay attention to my surroundings, be there for my teammates. It's helping me a lot.
We must go back to the village. You there. What brings you to this place? Why are you here?
Who are you?
I am Freya of the Scar. I am here to either save my people or avenge them.
Oh, save them from what?
I am unsure.
Me too.
Something has taken control of most of the people of Solstheim. It makes them forget themselves and work on these horrible creations that corrupt the stones, the very land itself. My father, Storm, our shaman, says Mirak has returned to Solstheim, but that is impossible.
It's amazing that they still know who this guy is after, what, 2,000 years? Well, I guess that's kind of like Jesus.
Then you and I both have reason to see what lies beneath us.
I guess they just talked about him constantly throughout the years. He was that bad.
The tree stone and my friends are beyond my help for now.
So I guess we can't use the
We need to
stones.
find a way into the temple below.
Yes. What is the tree stone?
It is an ancient
Oh,
stone of
that sound is horrible.
a connection to the All-Maker. It represents one of the aspects of nature, a part of the All-Maker's creation. There are other stones around Solstheim. I fear for what has happened to them.
Hello, Skull. I have not visited their village yet. And Mirak is quite the troublemaker, isn't he? So... Oh, this was that awful sound. That's right. Another thing is, I have still been a little bit sick from... I sound much better than I did, but still coughing every once in a while. It's like rather than being something in my throat now, it's like something in my lungs, like shortness of breath or something.
This place must be rooted out. We must find out what is it worth.
So, yeah, still working on fixing that, but no more having to cut out a bunch of throat clearing. Oh my god, stop pushing me. What the heck? This girl has no respect. Excuse me. Yeah, no more coughing and throat clearing in the middle of recording, so that's very helpful, much nicer. I didn't even realize I could start these quests when I hadn't done the main quest line in this playthrough. Well, maybe I've done some of the main quest line. I don't remember. But she's just checking out everything, huh?
Follow you when you're ready.
You don't look like you're following me. You just look like you're doing your own exploration, which is cool. She like rushed to sit on that bench. This lady is interesting. Alright. You know what? I'm gonna sit on this bench too. Or maybe I can't. Oh, there we go. See, I can do it too. Oh, cultists. Are they gonna attack her? Cause I have, no, they're not. So they ignore her because she's my follower? That's wild. Hey, I wonder where they're gonna go. I kinda wanna follow them. They're probably just taking a casual stroll. I wonder if they're on guard duty. I think I hear a skeever. Somewhere around here. Man. The things you get to experience when you turn off AI detection. Like a whole different game. Not really. It's just kind of like walking through if nobody was angry at you. Man, imagine going through Skyrim and having nobody be angry at you. Did those miss me because I had AI detection turned off? Wait, let me... Oh no, it's just because I happened to walk in the perfect path, I guess. Okay, I'm moving way too fast. Calm down.
Traps can be anywhere, and there will likely be many.
Traps can be anywhere. Interesting that you say that.
And protect himself in the process.
I think I got poisoned by those things. And there's another... Oh, multiple switches. But they can't stop me. Man, what a horrible way to die. Being stuck in those cages, just hanging above a deep chasm. Yeah, no. Hey, that's what I was just talking about. I can't see. Oh my gosh. And this place... See, in a game like this, a place like this is just, you know, whatever. Like, it's interesting more than anything else. But imagine coming across something like this in real life.
I have no doubt you can find a way out. You never know. You may find something of value up there.
Have you ever thought about walking the other way? But you know what? Man, if this was, I could totally just climb this stuff if this was real life. Or if only I had a levitation spell. I can't just see a potion and not take it. I know I did that earlier, but that one's gonna be harder to find later on. Whoa, okay, I'm carrying too much now. Let's see. What am I even holding? Probably... I don't like dropping dragon bones and scales because they're worth so much. Why am I holding a quill? I can't drop these ingots and these wolf pelts. Okay, that's good enough. Ooh, that was loud. Can I jump up here? Oh, yes, yes. And that lady, all she had to do was climb. Do y'all keep staffs? Because I don't think most people use them, but they can— oh, I forgot the weight. But they can be handy if you're out of magicka. That's the hard thing, right? Is I've tried playing... What is stamina damage even? Is that even worth anything? Let's just drop this. And so I've tried playing as a mage, but man, you just run out of stamina so fast. How do you do it? So staffs can be good for that, right? But then you have to keep refilling them with soul gems, which can be a pain. You have to constantly use it. Don't tell them I'm here. You have to constantly use like a capture soul enchantment to keep your soul gems filled. And filled soul gems are quite expensive. So, I don't know. Do y'all use staffs? Is it worth keeping staffs around? They're so heavy too. Nothing to see here, boys. Nothing at all. And just keep moving. Is this a temple? Mirak's temple? Or is this just a crypt? Why are these cultists hanging out in this crypt? It's gross. It probably smells weird in here. Oh, I keep forgetting. Between Ark and Skyrim, the interact versus jump buttons are the opposite. So when I switch back and forth between those where did you come from? When I switch back and forth between those games for these videos, I get mixed up and then I end up jumping when I'm supposed to be interacting. And it causes problems. Why can't I open this? Oh, I must have just been clicking the wrong thing or something. Okay. I've been moving myself and the camera way too fast. I don't know, I just like... I don't have the same capacity for patience as I did when I first started making these. So I just like... or maybe it's not patience, it's more like the capacity for remembering to take things slow, if that makes sense. So... I end up... Oh, I missed that one. I saw that plate, but I missed that one. So anyway, I end up moving way too fast. And then it's not peaceful like I'm trying to be. So, just need to remind myself. Calm down, slow down. Life doesn't need to be fast-paced all the time. And here we are, taking things slow, one step at a time. I feel like that's a problem that I have with myself in just life in general is I am a very impatient person, and taking things slow is not my forte. So what? I Oh, it's you. You stepped on that. Your fault. Oh my gosh.
I'm not going down there. It would be foolish to attempt it. You have a much better chance than I to make it through these traps. I have no doubt that lever turns these blades. I shall wait here for now.
Why do I have a better chance? All you have to do is time it right. Did it. Yeah, so I don't know, I just think sometimes taking life at a slow and deliberate pace is difficult. For me, anyway. I admire people who can do it without problems. Although, I don't know, sometimes I think it can be a bit of a pain point. Like, when you're interacting with, or when you're like, say, like you're going through a situation with someone who is more deliberate like that. And obviously we can teach each other things about making decisions in a timely manner versus taking time to think about them. But just like feel like that's one of the pain points when you're like any kind of relationship, friendship, romantic relationship, whatever, when you're interacting with someone with a different style of like the timeliness of decision making. I feel like a lot of the things that I'm saying today might not make that much sense, but I hope that I'm making sense. But you know what I mean? It's just... But like I said, there's a lot of things that those two people can learn from each other. So I don't think that... I think a relationship between those two kinds of people can be a really good thing. What happened to your leg? How are these skeletons holding together when the like ligaments and stuff would have been are completely gone? Is that how decomposition works? Magic. I just walk right past these guys. Easy. Man, I need to get the light-footed perk so I stop stepping on these traps. Although it's not only me, it's also her. When I pass a trap, she just steps right onto it. And I can go through this temple so much faster without having to do all these fights. What is she talking about? Wait, where did she go? Did I leave her behind? Oh well. She'll catch up. There's another one. There's so many traps. Oh my goodness. We could be exploring the overworld, but instead... Yeah, that's what happens when you step on the pressure plates. Instead of exploring the overworld, we are walking through a crypt. Just like... Yeah, this is quite the large temple. Whoa! How did they even get this skeleton all the way down here? It still looks kind of small, right? Maybe not, I don't know. But, word wall?
I had heard Mirak had turned against the dragon cult, but to display the remains in such a manner as this. Something feels wrong. Brace
Cool. Oh, my controller's vibrating like crazy. And they're all confused because, as far as they know, there's no one here. I wouldn't be able to get any farther in without defeating them, right? We're not here to fight. We're here to move in peace. So I guess that's as far as we're gonna go into the temple. That's okay. There's tons of overworld to explore. Let's go. One thing I realized recently is that, so I was having this issue with my recordings where I would constantly have this like bump sound, and I thought that I was accidentally bumping the mic stand or something as I was moving around, and I wasn't sure when it was happening because I didn't notice myself ever bump the mic stand, but I figured, you know, what else could it be? Because it was like a sound that the microphone was picking up, that something was bumping the microphone essentially. I finally figured out, after all these recordings, finally made the connection that what was happening was I was setting down my phone. I would pick up my phone to like look at something that I had written down to talk about, or a story that I had written down to tell, and then as I would set it back down on my desk, it would make that sound, and it was so subtle in real life, so I didn't notice, but my desk is kind of loose and it's glass, so it's very easy for sound to travel across it. So I never made the connection that it was just me setting my phone back on my desk that was making that sound happen. And it was really annoying because if it happened between talking, like between my words, I could just cut it out, no problem. But if it happened while I was talking, I would have to take that piece of audio and just make it quieter, and you could still hear it, but you know, I had to make it at least so that it wasn't super obnoxious and disrupting the peace of the recording. So, but now I have my phone off to the side instead of on the desk. So I've solved that problem, thank goodness. But man, I was really struggling with that, trying to figure out what the heck was causing that sound, because I had no idea. And it was driving me crazy not being able to figure it out. But we're good now. We've got that solved. And everything is A-okay. Yeah, I'm excited to be able to do a video in Breath of the Wild. I freaking love Breath of the Wild. It's absolutely up there. Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. I kind of, when I'm thinking about my favorite games, kind of merge those two together and say that my top 3 games are, first is Skyrim, that's my favorite game, but then I don't know, maybe like a tie between Ark and Breath of the Wild / Tears of the Kingdom. I can't really differentiate, well, because Breath of the Wild was the original, right, and it was freaking amazing, but then when Tears of the Kingdom came out, I liked it even better, but because I had already played Breath of the Wild and had that foundation, the Tears of the Kingdom just blew my expectations out of the water. So I can't even think of them separately. They're just tied together for me in my list of top games. But then also, I always forget about my favorite Wii game, which I guess like can't really top those other 4 games. But my favorite Wii game of all time is like, I've played it multiple times, so I feel like it kind of belongs in my top games list. But Super Paper Mario, fantastic game, fantastic story, super fun. The replayability I personally find is very good. I've replayed it multiple times, and I've even like had made people play it, not made them, but like watched people play it, and I enjoy watching people play it almost as much as I enjoy playing it myself. I don't know, something about it. I don't even know really why. Listen, lady, I'll come back later. But yeah, something about that game is just, it's so good. The central theme of love is like interesting for a Mario game, but I don't know, it just like, The villain is really good. He has depth. His underlings have depth, and they grow and change throughout the story. You grow and change throughout the story. Your little friends that you collect have personality, and it's just such a good game. And the gameplay itself, I mean, Mario games, like, I don't know, I feel like the gameplay is pretty standard. Whoa, that dragon just appeared. But yeah, the gameplay for Mario games is, I mean, you know exactly what you're expecting, but I like that it's like exploring a world rather than just like the Mario games where you just go through levels. And you are going through levels, but it feels like you're really exploring the levels, not just... I like that he's laying in this hole. He's like a cat. Maybe I was wrong about the other dragon skeletons being small, because he does look kind of small. Or maybe I'm just growing. Look at all the spikes. He's so cool. I love the dragons in Skyrim. Is he gonna fly? Yes. Yes. Oh my god, no. Oh. My bad. Let's try that again. But yeah, so I don't, if you've never played Super Paper Mario, I highly recommend it. But like I said, it's a Wii game, and I don't know that many of us have Wiis anymore. I do, but it's not the original Wii that I had. It's a Wii that a friend gave to me. He didn't need anymore. And that poor thing is so loud. Like every time you boot it up, it just sounds like it's on the verge of exploding. But I mean, it works. And even just to play that one game, I feel like it's totally worth it. And there the dragon is. I'm not gonna die from fall damage this time. Maybe I should save just in case something happens. Or maybe I should toggle God mode, like I do in my Ark exploration videos. But the thing is, with Skyrim, there's a lot more paths. It makes things, as far as like needing to jump down big cliffs, less necessary. He's so cool. He's so pretty. And his wing is clipping through the ground. Cool. Man, I love dragons. They're awesome. He's got those maleficent horns. Where will we travel to next? What will we see? I forget how big Solstheim is. Like, as a DLC map, I didn't initially expect all that much, but honestly, it's a pretty good sized little island. And I didn't realize that you could get here without having to have started the... Well, I guess I did start the Mirak, the cultist quest, because I had the cultists in my playthrough. Well, yeah, because that start... What level am I? I'm level 7. I'm only level 7. It just... I don't know, I guess it's because I'm used to... Like, back the first time I played this game, which is like the only time that I actually did the Mirak... Oh, gross. Cultist questline. I didn't do it... Oh my gosh, he's see-through. That's interesting. I didn't do it until I had already completed the main storyline. So I didn't even own the DLCs until I had completed the main storyline. So being here at only level 7 feels so weird. You know what I really like, though, is the Black Book quests. And I know that's not... Wait, that's not part of... Wait, is that part of the Dragonborn DLC? Or is that part of the main... I don't even remember. But yeah, back whenever I first played, I didn't own the DLCs until I had already beaten the game. Because I bought the base version of the game. Like, the very first original version of the game. And then I loved it so much that I went and bought the Legendary Edition. And it came with the DLCs. And so that's when I got my first house and played the Dragonborn DLC and the Dawnguard DLC, and I had already played the main portion of the game. These guys kind of remind me of like a stony version of Titans from Attack on Titan. The way that they, like, look at the way he's running. It's so goofy. That's not how people run. Sorry, I need to remember to describe what I'm looking at whenever I am doing these. But yeah, so there's these, like, I forget what they're called. They're like sandmen. This guy just came up out of the sand, and he's running around kind of swinging his arms wildly while making groaning noises that I'm sure you heard. And just mouth gaping open, no thoughts behind those eyes. Goofy little guy. But I apologize. I have not been remembering to describe what I'm seeing throughout this video. And I'm trying to be better. It's just, you know, whenever you like learn that you need to do something, you remember it the first time, and then after that, you just forget it. And another thing about the whole ADHD thing is like the whole habit learning thing that works for normal people, where you just keep wait. Oh my gosh, it's the guy. Where is he?
There's nothing to worry about. Nothing to worry about at all. They said it couldn't be done. They said it, but they were wrong.
Wait, I hear him, but I do not see him. Oh.
Nothing to worry about at all.
It's this guy who makes himself fly.
Dragon.
But then, and he flies, and he's flying in the air right now. But then he doesn't know how to land, so he dies. I love this guy. Journal of a Madman. They said it was impossible. They, not me. I knew. The book knew. It knows all, and I know all. And all I need to know. To fly. They laughed. The others were afraid. Don't even try, they said. They said it was impossible. They, not me. The book is filled with knowledge. The book fills me with knowledge. Secret hidden knowledge. My knowledge. I must hide the knowledge. Hide it way deep inside. I will eat the book, a page at a time. Slowly. Slowly, I will become one with the knowledge contained on its pages. In its pages. In me. The knowledge of flight. They said it was impossible. Ha! Okay, so I guess this is referring to the black books. Which, oh shoot, I keep forgetting about carry weight. The black books are part of this DLC, I guess. Man, the Staff of Fear is worth 2,443 gold. It's crazy. Let's drop the Staff of Mage Light. It's not worth very much. Where did it go? Oh, I put it in his inventory. I have a lot of staffs on me. I need to sell them. I've never actually played this game in survival mode because of the carry weight specifically. Like, I'll deal with the other stuff, but having such a low carry weight drives me crazy. And I know it's more realistic, it's more immersive, but it just drives me nuts. So for that reason alone, I have not attempted to play survival mode more than like 10 minutes. Because I just, man, I can't with low carry weight. I'm not a fan. Let's go toward the mushroom city over here. There's a giant mushroom going out of the ground, and there's a bunch of little mushrooms surrounding the city. And I think, isn't this place called Tel Mithrin? It's either the house is Tel Mithrin or this little village town. Is this even count as a village? It's really small. Ooh. There's a little river. Nernroot. Oh, I forget about those weird big bugs with the long legs that are for riding or something. God, I haven't been to this place in forever. A person.
From that look on your face, I'm guessing you've never seen a silt strider before.
A silt strider, that's what it's called. No, what is it?
This is Dusty. I personally trained her from a lava. Feels like a lifetime ago now. She hasn't been in traveling condition for quite a while now. I've tried to let her go off on her own, but she insists on staying here.
She's pretty loud. How do you survive out here?
We get by trading odds and ends with the locals. I've decided to stay here and make sure she passes in peace. It's the least I can do for her. Every once in a while, a local makes it out here, although they usually just want to catch a glimpse of Dusty. Silt striders are pretty rare now.
Oh, so you won't be able to find another one. About silt striders.
What would you like to know?
I would like to know how I can get my own. Why are they so rare?
The blast from the volcano wiped most of them out. Found Dusty here in a small cave on Vardenfell. Silt strider cocoons are pretty tough.
What were they used for?
Mostly for transporting goods and people. They were pretty commonplace in Morrowind, but that was ages ago. A silt strider carapace is so strong it can withstand the harshest.
But it can't withstand.
Even the legendary sandstorms of Vardenfell's Molagama region was said to barely make a dent in them. Of course, that's all ash now.
But they can't withstand the volcano. Enough about this.
All right.
So if I jump on her back, is that bad for her? Oh, she's got like a whole saddle. Cool. Dusty's pretty cool. I hope she has a good rest of her life. Just to describe what... I don't even really know how to describe what I'm looking at. Basically, it's like this giant bug sort of thing with super long legs, very large, large enough that the saddle portion could easily carry like a family of people, and doesn't seem like she has a face. She's kind of ugly, but pretty cool nonetheless. My goodness. There we go. Let's see what the locals have in store for us. Oh, so I guess this isn't a little village. This is just one house. Oh, no, wait. There are a couple of houses. It's not even like a village. It's like a cul-de-sac.
Why are you out here? Aren't you supposed to be in the tower as a
This summoning work. If you must know, I am trying to get this Ash Guardian spell to work. Now let me concentrate. Besides, shouldn't you be worrying about the damage to the tower?
Master Neloth has tasked Alenia with repairing.
Looks like he's gonna cast it on
Why
her.
aren't you doing this in the lab, where it would be safer for all of us?
The lab is too small. Also, I need the ashy soil. Master Neloth knows what I'm doing. No need to bother
Does he?
him about it, though. He's quite busy at the moment.
It's on your head if something goes wrong.
I'm suspicious.
Just let me get this inside first.
Maybe the book has something.
We don't get many visitors. Is there something you need?
What is this place?
Tel Mithrin. It's the home of Master Neloth. You may have heard of him. He's a famous Telvanni wizard.
I have not. He lives in a giant mushroom?
In Morrowind, the Telvanni grow buildings from special fungus spores. Master Neloth grew one here to be his home. Don't ask me how.
You don't know how? Are you one of Neloth's apprentices?
No, Talvis is his apprentice. I'm his steward. I manage the day-to-day affairs of Tel Mithrin.
I mean, how many day-to-day affairs are there
Excuse me.
in a place that doesn't seem to be anywhere near anything else? It's rude of you to just walk away from our conversation like that, but okay.
I'll just ignore that part.
And let's go in this little house. So I guess this is like, that's the mansion where the big guy lives, the wizard. But then these are the houses of his apprentice and stewards and stuff like that. Pretty small. Is this just a kitchen? There's no bed. There's food everywhere. And then some fires with things roasting and cooking over them. So I guess this is just a kitchen. Let's go to the next little house and see what it has. Or actually, let's talk to some of these guys.
I
Hello?
hope you're not expecting a meal. I've barely got enough for them that live here.
Okay, so he's the cook. Then here's
I don't
the
think
apprentice.
you belong here. Does Master Neloth know about you?
No, but he doesn't need to know. Are you practicing a spell?
Yes, I'm trying to summon an Ash Guardian. I'm just having trouble deciphering Master Neloth's handwriting. I don't mean to be rude, but I need to concentrate.
Oh, you sounded rude earlier. Oh, okay.
Oh, did you need something?
Oh, now you'll help me. What is this? Why do you have... He's got like a book kind of floating in his hand and a paper jutting out of the cover. It's weird.
This is Master Neloth's tower. He's a Telvanni wizard.
Telvanni? What are the Telvanni?
You've never heard of the great houses of Morrowind?
No.
House Telvanni is the house of the Master Wizard, one of the ruling houses of Morrowind. Master Neloth is one of the oldest and most respected members of House Telvanni.
Do you work with Neloth?
Not so much with as for. I am Master Neloth's apprentice. He's teaching me the art of sorcery.
Is Master Neloth a good teacher?
Well, he is a very great wizard.
Mm-hmm.
It's
That
a great honor for
says
him to have
everything.
taken me as his apprentice. To be honest, it's horrible. He's very unpleasant and hardly teaches me anything. Sometimes he uses me in his experiments. Even so, I pick up a lot from just watching him.
Well, maybe you need a different teacher. Maybe you need to go to the College of Winterhold. Although, I don't know if they're the best teachers either. They'll teach you how to do a ward, and that's about it. Oh. Should we lockpick? Get into here? Let's do it. I mean, how much trouble could we possibly get into? We leveled up. Who is this person? Wait, isn't this the lady we just talked to?
You're not supposed to be in here.
Yeah. What time is it? It's 2:47 p.m. Why is your house locked? I mean, I guess it could just be locked because you don't want anybody in here, but... But when curious strangers like myself want to explore your home, you mean you don't want to let us in? Let's go in this little house, and then we'll go into Tel Mithrin. Mithrin? Mithrin.
Got something for just about everybody in here.
Who are you?
If you have any questions.
You were
Damn that man. He's been totally
ugly.
unreasonable.
Master Neloth, what did he do?
That fetcher told me to fix his house. If I don't, he'll find a new mycologist who will. Decades
Okay.
of loyal service, and he'd just throw me out like yesterday's breakfast.
He sounds like quite the pleasant man. What do you need to fix the tower?
3 taproots soaked in the
Oh,
headwaters
that started
of
a
the
quest.
Halfstrad River. I'm
Figured.
an old woman. I can't possibly make that trip. It's way too dangerous. If you get some taproots, I'll pay you to dip them in the headwaters and bring them to me.
How much are you going to pay me? Is it going to really be worth it? What can you tell me about the Halfstrad headwaters?
It's special to the Spriggans. They seem to like to gather there. Something about the waters attracts them. There are bound to be some there. So be careful.
And what about I just like drop them out of my inventory and into the water? Where can I get it? No, What do you do for Master Neloth?
I am his mycologist. He may have grown Tel Mithrin by himself, but I nurture it. Mushrooms and fungi are my life's work.
Interesting. We've all got our special interests.
I had to be here. I've learned so much since then.
Did you grow this tower?
Me? No. That's
No.
Master Neloth's doing. I wasn't even born then. It's Telvanni magic at its best. He brought the cuttings with him from Morrowind, and used sorcery to grow them.
Well, alrighty then.
Mafala cloak you.
Thank you. These people are so sassy. Alright. Now let's go meet Master Neloth. the very kind and pleasant sounding master of this fungi. Oh, wait, I forgot about this. You walk in and then you just get to float upward. Super fun. Wee. Man, I'd love to have a house like that. Oh, shoot. I don't want to fall. Can you imagine? In your house, instead of using stairs, you can just float to the upper story. There he is. This is a nice little place, although living in a mushroom, I don't know. I mean, it's interesting, but just I feel like it needs more decoration. Some indoor plants, maybe.
Didn't I see you in Raven Rock?
Oh, wait, were you the guy who was studying the people who were building the things? What is this building?
This is a Talvane Tower. It's my citadel, grown from the spores of the giant fungus trees found in Morrowind. Back in the homeland, there are other Telvanni wizards that have them as well.
I wonder why I was able to resist the mind control. Is it because I'm the Dragonborn? Telvanni. What are the Telvanni?
The Telvanni are the master wizards of Morrowind. The greatest of us grow magical towers like this one from the mighty fungus trees. Together we form House Telvanni, one of the great houses of Morrowind. The great houses rule what is left of our once proud nation.
You must be a very powerful wizard.
I am likely.
Oh, the timing, his mage light just went out, and the timing of that is so funny.
Create a staff enchanter. If you make yourself useful around here, I might just let you use
Wow, I can see why nobody likes you. Anyway. Look at all this stuff. Can I get in here? Locked. Pity. I suppose there's not too much to see in here. So we'll move on, go back to the great outdoors. Maybe head towards the Smoky Mountain. Oh, I think that guy's summoning magic worked.
You've got to help me. I conjured an ash guardian and now it's running amok.
No wonder what's his face didn't want you to do that. How did the Ash Guardian get loose?
I am embarrassed to admit that it was my fault. Master Neloth refused to teach me the Ash Guardian spell, so I read his spellbook on my own and learned it. Something went wrong when I cast it. The creature is attacking everything in sight.
Well, here's the thing. I'm on a pacifist run at the moment. So this sounds like your problem.
You won't help me?
I mean,
Neloth is going to kill me, assuming he doesn't.
there's not much I can do, I'm sorry. Well, this Ash Guardian is interesting. It's basically just rocks floating around and in a kind of a swirly tornado pattern. But he's not actually attacking. I can't talk. He's not actually attacking anything. He's just kind of here. But, yeah, buddy, I'm sorry. It's your problem right now. It'd be different if I wasn't recording. But I can't attack anything while recording. Then I'd have video evidence. Another one of these stones. I forget how you're supposed to free them. And I guess there's not really a lot of paths in Solstheim like there are in Skyrim. You know what, whenever I started playing tonight, my original plan was to walk around, I forget what that place is called, but you know when you're doing the main quest line and Odahviing takes you to that place. I was thinking that was called Solstheim, but no, now I remember this little island is Solstheim, but that was where I was originally planning on walking around for this video. But whenever I was looking up how to get to Solstheim, this came up and I was like, oh yeah, this exists. This is where I got the name Solstheim from. So that's why we're here. But I would like to make one of these in Sovngarde too, but Sovngarde's not very big. So I feel like it would just mostly be me walking around in circles. It's very pretty, especially with the sky. But it's kind of small. So most of it would just be seeing the same scenery over and over again for the 2 hours or so of recording. So I'm not sure it's actually a great idea. But there are other games that I want to... Like, I don't want all these videos to just be Skyrim and Ark over and over again. It's just, I feel like it's kind of hard to find, first of all, a game that I actually own, but that's also a good fit for this, because generally I want the game to be open world so that the exploration part of it is more interesting and or more doable just at all. But it has to be a game in which I can like toggle the AI detection off so that things don't bother me throughout the playthrough. Oh, you know what I could do actually for Breath of the Wild, even if the AI detection, if I can't toggle it off, I could just put on like the masks of, I don't think Majora's Mask is in Breath of the Wild, maybe without amiibos, but who are these guys? Who are these guys standing like in attack stance next to this deer? Oh well. But at least in Tears of the Kingdom I have Majora's Mask, and then I could use that to keep the monsters from bothering me. That's an idea, even if I can't turn off AI detection.
I never said it would be, but either way, we have to try. Whether we succeed or not, it'll stir up some of the old blood in this crowd.
I'm not going to lead them to their deaths if they aren't ready.
Then train them. What are we doing here? We should either get used to staying here, or be preparing to retake the hall. You're having us do neither, and I can't stomach it.
But your stomach isn't my problem. We'll act when I say we do, and not before.
Well, you'd better say something, and soon.
Duh, I just figured out why it seemed like whenever I was in between two characters that were talking to each other like that, it seemed like one of them was really quiet. It's because I'm wearing my headset only on my left ear. So the character on the right sounds quieter, but it's just because I have the other earpiece off. Because whenever I don't, I can't hear myself as well, so I end up talking way too loud into the microphone, so I have to have at least one of them off so that I can hear myself. I wish that the headset had an option that I would be able to hear myself, like that it would, well, actually, I think that is a thing for whenever I have the headset microphone on, but I have the headset microphone disconnected because I use my desk mic. Oh my gosh, the Reiklings! I forgot about these little guys, these little, like, goblin creatures. Who taught you to talk? Good talk. Yeah, okay. I guess we're gonna go into the Reikling hut. And the thing about the AI detection is I have it toggled off, but it still allows quest dialogue to start. So that's why people are still talking directly to me. Oop, Chief Reichling. Who are you? Good answer. What is going on here? How did you learn to talk? Good for you. Does that mean I could take all of you on? Are you saying you want my help? You're bored. What makes you think Bilgamuk is going to follow me? Bilgamuk is an animal of some kind, and you want it back? I do like Bilgamuk. He's a cute little boar. I think that in my original playthrough I never brought him back and I just kept him following me around. But I think he can die, so you gotta be careful. I don't remember how you give him meat though, because like, do you just drop it on the ground? I also don't remember where he is, but I feel like it was this direction? Maybe not. Wait, is that him? No, what the heck is that? Wait, that is him. Bilgamuk? Is that you? Can I drop meat on the ground? Did I actually just find him? I only have salmon meat. Is that good enough? Where did it go? Is this him? Oh well. I'll deal with it later. Let's go. This is another place with a bunch of dragon skeletons on the ground. Let's see what's going on with this place. There's this place that we're walking toward. Oh, the northern lights are coming out. Is this the Temple of Mirak? It's got like a bunch of interesting structures built around it that are like loops and pillars and kind of hard to describe. I'm not that great at describing things, I'm realizing. Oh yeah, this is just the same place we were at before. Oh well. See, but here's my question. Why is it that the Temple of... I just think I got myself stuck. Why is it that the Temple of Mirak is a crypt? Why would he want his temple to be a crypt? I think I'm gonna have to fast travel to get myself out of this. I just fell between, like, the stairs and I'm stuck. Let me fix this real quick. I cannot fast travel? Let me just reset from my last autosave. Okay, we're back with the Reichlings, but that's okay. We'll just walk this way this time. Ah, the stars, the night sky in this game is so beautiful. I love it. This game has a really good night sky. And there's mods to make it even better. There's mods for everything in this game. It's amazing. I mean, that's the nice thing about your game being out for, what, 13 years now? Wait, there's this Bilgamuk. It is! Okay, so the other one wasn't Bilgamuk. Oh, now I've got a pet boar! Awesome. We'll take him back later. For now, he's just gonna follow us because that makes me happy. I love him. Wait, where'd he go? Wait. Oh, what the heck? Come on, Bilgamuck. That reminds me of the AI. The AI for tames, like in Ark. Just so dumb. Because they just follow you straight. They don't go around stuff. So if they get stuck on something, they're just stuck. You end up leaving them behind, and you can never find them again. Which is so frustrating. It's nice the AI on this game is a little better, but then the AI on like Pal World is much better. Your creatures actually like work around your base, and when following you they go around things, but if they can't get up you can just call them back into their not a Pokeball. And alright, can't compare Pal World to Pokemon because otherwise Nintendo gets mad. So, but yeah, you can just recall them into their Pal Sphere, and problem solved. So on a game like this, you just have to trust that they're gonna be okay. And in an Ark, you just have to keep a close eye on them at all times and make sure they don't get stuck on a tree or a rock or literally anything. Where did Bilgamuck go? Maybe I should take him back. I keep losing him. There's a fox. The fox is pushing me. Alright, let's take Bilgamuck back. Ooh, wait, what if I did one of these in Halo? There was like a sound in the game just now that reminded me of Halo. I know Halo's not open world, but maybe I could just like walk around one of the levels? I don't know. I love Halo. It was my introduction to gaming and such fond memories, but my parents made me stop playing it whenever I was a kid because when I was in first grade, I was like 6 years old, I kept having nightmares about it. But I loved it. I didn't know why I was having nightmares, but I also would kick like crazy whenever I was a kid and I was sleeping, so people would think I was having nightmares, like if I was sleeping in the same bed as my parents or whatever, they would think I was having nightmares, but I wasn't. But yeah, I genuinely was having nightmares about Halo because I remember them. It was weird, like my family was the aliens or something like that. I don't know. But I remember telling my teacher about it, and she was understandably concerned, so she had told my parents, and yeah, they made me stop playing Halo. And I never like technically got unbanned from playing Halo. Like there was never a point where my parents said, okay, you can play it now. I just kind of like after a long time started playing again because my family friend like got me back into it. There's a swirling, okay, so right now I'm in the, oh, I'm stuck on something. I'm in the Skull Village, and there's these people that are praying, I don't know, and making magic open in the air, and there's like swirly clouds overhead, but there's also just a geometric circle in the sky that I don't think is supposed to be there, because it doesn't really blend in with it's just like a circle of where the sky's a little bit of a lighter color. That's weird. I don't think it's intentional. Let's see what these guys are doing though.
Not distract me. I must dedicate myself to maintaining the barrier.
Okay, sorry.
We are only safe so long as we concentrate.
Please leave us. We must concentrate.
Okay, well let's go into this building. But we found the Skull Village, yay! So I think this is the chief's house. We walked in, there's like a fire, and it could be an inn, but it feels a little more homey. Like I don't see a bar or anything. Is this... Oh no, this is the door to the outside. I thought it might be a bedroom. A balcony? Dang, look at this view. Oh, there's a snowhawk. I wonder what that little... Probably another crypt down there. Oh, there's a person. Shall we see what that's about? Let's go explore. Although I'm not sure how to get safely down there. But basically, there's like a crypt across the water a little bit. And I'm curious. I think we lost Bilgamuk. He'll show up at some point, I'm sure. That's the nice thing about the followers in Skyrim is you just have to fast travel and they'll come back. Oh, there's people outside of this.
There's something you need.
You must be freezing. This guy's sitting out here in just a skirt. Nothing to cover his legs, and nothing, no shirt, nothing to cover his chest and arms.
Yes, Sarah?
Oh, I need to... Oh, I only have 21 lockpicks. The odds of me successfully picking this lock, I feel, are not that high. It's a master level lock. Shoot. Ah. Might as well try. See, it would be one thing if I wasn't level 7. Wait, no, I'm level 8 now. Okay, never mind. We'll leave this building be. I love the waves here. Reminds me of the beach. I love the beach. I miss living by the beach. And the Skull Village looks kind of scary with the storm that they're brewing above it. Is this worker alive? No. Poor thing. Yeah, I haven't really written anything down to talk about in a walking and talking video in a while, because I don't know, when things happen, I don't remember, or I don't think to write them down in the moment, and later I forget them. And I don't know, it's like, obviously the things that I talk about here don't have to be that exciting, but there's not a whole lot of things that I think, oh, I really want to talk about that in a video. Maybe people can relate, or maybe people will find it interesting. So I just haven't written anything down because I didn't know what to write. What kinds of things do you want to hear me talk about? So I'll talk about whatever you want. I mean, as long as it's video appropriate, of course. But nothing crazy's been going on in my life lately. Not that I can recall. Like I said, I've been playing Marvel Rivals more. I feel like I'm getting pretty decent, not too bad, with Cloak and Dagger. Of course, with that aim assist, or with the homing aim for the daggers, it helps a ton. Oh, I was playing the other night and got into a minor argument with one of the guys on our team. Who was he? I feel like he's playing Doctor Strange. And he's complaining about the heals. And the two supports on the team are me and then my friend. And so I'm like, I'm not gonna let him talk about us that way. And man, he was just, oh, he was like, because I had a skin. I'm new to the game, but I have a skin for Cloak and Dagger that it's really pretty that a friend of mine gifted to me. And I absolutely love it. But this guy goes, these freaking newbie support players buying skins for characters they can't even play. And I'm like, you? What? Oh, he made me mad. And so I was like, well, it'd be easier to heal you if you didn't let us get dived in the back line so much. And I, if I actually was playing badly, that would be one thing. But no, I wasn't. I just kept getting killed because we kept getting dived and no one was protecting us in the back. So, and he was like, well, it'd be easier to protect you if you healed me. And then I just go, yeah, would be nice, wouldn't it? Because, like, at that point, my friend and I had already decided we're not going to heal this guy. Like, he's being a jerk. We're not going to keep him alive. But, that's also not how you lose a game, but it was only unranked, so not a big deal. But man, people just... He was probably young. People get so uptight about stuff. Like, who cares? Like, why are you gonna complain about playing with people that you think are new or not as good in unranked? Oh. A werebear.
Someone there?
I forgot that there's werebears on Solstheim.
Guess I was just here.
No wonder these guys are walking around without shirts. It's funny. I just get close to them and then it triggers the transformation. Werebears are kind of ugly. Like, they have no necks. I feel like they could have just looked like normal bears, because bears standing up with that, like, that would have just been good enough. They just animated, but I don't, it's like their legs are too long, their butts are too high, they have no necks, their backs are huge, and their head just pops straight out of their shoulders. I don't know. What? There's a coffin? I don't know what this is. But anyway, yeah, so it just drives me crazy when people are like, I don't know, it doesn't bother me that much, but sometimes I just feel like fighting back, provoking those people. It's funny to provoke them. But I feel like generally I only have a couple of comebacks, and it's hard to, like, have an argument over text chat whenever you're trying to play the game at the same time, so you can only respond, like, when you die, and I don't know. But people need to be more grateful to their supports. That's one of the things that I like about Overwatch, is there have been quite a few times, and maybe it happens in Marvel Rivals and I just haven't seen it yet, but in Overwatch there were quite a few times where people would be like, you know, type W support, like the supports basically just thanking their supports, and that's how it should be. Be grateful to your supports or you won't get healed. Man. And he started complaining about us from the very beginning, before we even got a chance to heal him. Probably like his first death. He died fast and then he complained. But also, you have to be playing around your supports and in front of them. If you're playing behind them or you're through a wall, they can't heal you. They can't see you. They can't heal you. And if they're focusing on the rest of the team and you're playing behind them, you can't... Oh, ouch. I just fell to my death again. Yeah. If you're not in their line of sight, you're not going to get healed. that's just... it seems obvious to me. But I don't know. If you're not used to playing support, then you don't really know about that stuff. So that's why I think everyone should try all the roles. Get experience, at least a little bit of experience in every role, so that you can understand what it's like for other players on your team. And that goes for, you know, any of those hero team shooter games, or just other like any multiplayer game, I guess, in general. You want to know what the other players are experiencing, so you know whether or not to actually be mad at them if they're not doing their job. Maybe they can't, but then maybe they just won't. And yeah. But yeah, again, long story short, don't yell at your supports. Hello? Oh, the fire just went out. No, it didn't. What? Just aggravate them all. These must be bandits. What was that? I just walked up to a bandit camp, but now we are swimming away. There's so many Nern roots. Nern roots are so annoying. Whoa. What? There's like a fish creature? I don't remember that thing. That's scary. It's got like the face of an angry piranha or anglerfish or something. But the slimy, gross body and weird armor. I don't know. And the Nern roots. Oh my goodness. Oh.
Everyone dead. Everyone but me.
And here's this guy walking around in some other weird armor.
They attacked us. Those bastards at Frostle stole our treasure. Wait, forget I said that. That's my treasure. You can't have it.
I don't know what treasure he's talking about. But we'll just leave him be. There's a bunch of little islands in these waters. So the last video that I made was reading Skyrim books. And I mean, I made it a little bit short because, I don't know, I had recorded over multiple sessions because the first time I was recording, it was hurting my throat, I was still pretty sick, and I just couldn't talk for that long. And so I ended up just making that first recording into a video, and I have the rest of the recording from the second session saved for another video. And I had fun, but I guess it's not as unique as like these videos that I make, my walking and talking videos. There's a dragon on that island. Let's go. So it's not performing as well so far, which is totally okay. I mean, I make these videos just to make people happy. So, you know, I learn what people like, but I just don't have the mental capacity to make a walking and talking video every time. So I like to switch things up, and I'm trying to figure out what other kinds of videos that I can make that people will like. But I don't know. Because I feel like I need to switch things up so it doesn't get mundane. This dragon is interesting looking. He's got a... I don't even know how to describe the way that he looks. Trying to describe the creatures on Solstheim is difficult. He's got a short face, kind of like a pit bull. Every time he lands, my controller vibrates like crazy. But no lips, so his teeth are just hanging out. But he doesn't even have... It looks like he's missing some teeth or something. I don't know, and his eyes are wide, and he just looks a little funky. But he's still cool as heck. I try not to cuss in these videos, make them more friendly to all audiences. But sometimes I feel a little silly. Like saying replacement words like heck. And those replacement words aren't a bad thing. And they can be fun or funny. But it just makes me feel kind of goofy. But as the sign on the wall of my middle school woodshop class said, cussing is a crutch, and something about if you can't speak without using it, then you're not good at speaking or something. I don't remember what it said. Basically, something along the lines of cussing is a crutch, and you should be able to speak without using it. But I don't think so. I think that cussing is a way of providing emphasis on things. How did these little Reiklings just popped out of the ice? So, cause, like, yeah, you can easily speak without cussing, but like it just provides emphasis in a way that normal words don't. Like, you don't sound as serious or passionate without it. And I mean, you can sound like more eloquent without it, but it adds a sort of emphasis on what you're saying that not using it just doesn't add. Like saying I'm really angry sounds different from saying I'm, frickin' angry. But obviously without. Or saying I'm frickin' angry sounds like I'm not as mad as if I said, So, I hope I'm making sense. Oh, there's a hunter lady out here with her dog.
We hunt not only to eat, but also to test our skill.
Well, there's a bunch of horkers behind you that you're not hunting.
May your eyes be sharp and your aim true.
You too, ma'am. Thank you. There's so many more waves crashing against the shore here than there are in Skyrim. Yeah. I guess we're in the snowy region now. We're not in the ashy region anymore. I don't even know where I am. Just wandering. But yeah, if you agree or disagree with me on the whole cussing thing, let me know. I'm not saying it's necessary, but I don't see it as a crutch. I see it as like just a thing that people use to provide a different sort of emphasis. Like I said. Ooh, here's a regular bear. Brother of werebear. I saw something once that said, if it was basically like a D&D character idea, I think, where you have a character that looks like a human, but really they're half centaur, half minotaur, or like half mermaid, half minotaur, or whatever. Basically just like a creature that's top half human, bottom half top half human, and then another creature that's bottom half human. So you put them together and you have a kid that's top half and bottom half human, but they're not actually human. They're half centaur, half minotaur. I think that's a pretty cool character idea. I'm not really sure, like, I'm sure there's all kinds of interesting roleplay situations you can have with that. Oh, I saw another character idea once. It was two kobolds in a trench coat. Two kobolds in a trench coat pretending to be a dragonborn. And I think that that's an awesome idea, and I'd love to do that. Well, I don't know, I haven't played like a real long game of D&D, and I feel like I've played a couple of short sessions, but I feel like maybe I get too distracted for D&D. Like, I used to be super into the idea of playing like a lot of sessions, but I don't know. I feel like maybe I get too distracted because whenever I'm listening to the explanations of things, I just kind of like zone out and forget, and I have a hard time like keeping up with the details. Obviously, having those details be like in front of you on a mini map or on a map or something that either you're playing through the computer or like you're playing in person and you've got kind of a grid map in front of you, but and when I forget the details or like I'm distracted and I don't really know what to do, because when you're playing a game, right, you're playing a role-playing game, playing Skyrim, for example, you just go talk to people and eventually you figure it out. Like, for example, the find the red guard woman quest. I don't honestly know how to differentiate a red guard from like other races, except for the obvious ones. So you walk up to the red guard woman, and the dialogue prompt pops up and it says, "Are you the woman they're looking for?" But I wouldn't have known that. Like, now I know who she is, but the first couple of times that I did that quest, I didn't know that was the woman. It just popped up and I was like, oh, okay, so this is a red guard. Like in D&D, you just have to kind of know those things and talk about and think of those things on your own. And sometimes your DM, if it's a good DM, then they'll kind of prompt you and help you out. But if you got the kind of DM that just wants you to figure everything out on your own, then it's like, well, can't blame me for, maybe you can kind of blame me for not getting it, because I just don't always come to the conclusions that I'm supposed to come to without a little bit of prompting. So, I don't know, but especially for like the explanations of things, or like keeping track of a bunch of materials and things like that, like clues that they give you or whatever, can be difficult. So let me quick save real quick, because I don't know if I'm gonna die here. I'm like walking down the side of a cliff. So I feel like I kind of struggle with D&D, and maybe I just maybe I don't want to play D&D as badly as I used to want to, because I just do better with a game like this, where I can see everything right in front of me, and helps make it easier. I don't have to keep imagining things in my head. Plus, you can do fights in real time and things like that, so you don't have to wait for your party members to make all their moves, and if you're not a mage, then like your attacks get redundant. Like if you're like a fighter, like a human fighter, then you just kind of, swing your fighters use swords, right? You just swing your sword over and over again, and that gets pretty redundant. But then if you are like a mage type, then you have to keep up with all the spells you know, and how many spell slots you have left, and I don't know. I guess playing D&D through something like Baldur's Gate makes it easier as well. And then you can have multiple party members. If you're playing by yourself, or like with one other person, you can have multiple party members, but control the other members of the party as well as yourself. And so that makes it a little more easy or a little more interesting, because then you can You're not just waiting around for other people to make the moves. But it can also be fun if you're playing one person with multiple, like if you're playing with you and 3 other people and you have a full party of 4, that can still be interesting. So, I don't know. I think that maybe Baldur's Gate is just the way to go for someone like me who can't keep up with like regular. But then you play it once and then you kind of, like, yeah, you can play as multiple characters, but you can't really, there's not like multiple stories there. There might be mods at this point to give you more stories, but you know, with D&D you can the things that you can do are your imagination is the only limit. So like I've seen so many funny stories about things that have happened in D&D. There was one where I think this guy's work or something had like fallen off of a cliff. And so the DM was like, well, what are you gonna do now? And the player goes, I want to flap my arms and try to fly back up. And the DM was like, all right. So he rolled a 20. And of course, as a DM, like the only times when you have to respect a roll of 20 is if it's like combat and you get a critical hit. But if you're a DM who allows a roll of 1 or 20 to be like a critical failure or a critical hit in regular roleplay situations like that, then you can have super funny situations. So like that DM was like, well, your character flaps his arms and magically flies back up to the top of the cliff. And he saved himself like that. And I think that's awesome that you can do things like that, because again, something like D&D is only at the limit of your imagination. But a video game, you're at the limit of whatever the developers have programmed into the game. So while you can potentially do a lot of things, you can't do everything. But then that's where things like with people who have added AI into Skyrim and things like that, then you can do super cool things. Like, well, if you haven't seen any of those AI Skyrim videos where the NPCs like basically use ChatGPT to respond to you, and so you can have truly limitless kinds and amounts of conversations, which is super cool. You should totally look up some of those videos. I saw one where somebody like watched some Skyrim guards kill a bear, and then they went to a bear cave and talked to a bear. And they were like, I just watched these guys kill your cousin. And then the bear talked back. He was like, I did not know my cousin, but I want to avenge him. Please show me who these people are who killed my cousin. And then the guy just led the bear to the guards and helped the bear kill the guards. And the bear was like forever grateful to this guy. It was a bear. I think stuff like that's awesome. And I love that we can do things like that with AI. It's super cool. And that's the kind of stuff that AI should be for. It's used for a lot of things that are maybe questionable, but stuff like that, heck yeah. Being able to essentially expand on the limitations of like software or, you know, whatever. I think that that's a really good use of something like AI. And I support. And I know it's a controversial topic. AI is a very controversial topic. But I just don't know how you can
Men, an invader has entered
really...
the fort. Prepare yourselves for an ambush.
What? Who said that?
Fort Frostmoth will never fall. Long live the Empire!
There's somebody yelling, but I don't know where he is. But yeah, something like that, I don't really know how you could argue that it's a bad... Well, actually I do know, because there's like environmental issues with AI and other ethical issues, but being able to have a unique interaction with a bear where you help him avenge his cousin, that's just freaking awesome. And I like that we have moments like that to help us be able to enjoy. You know, if AI is inevitable, we should at least be able to enjoy it, you know? But enough of that controversial topic. Let's find another controversial topic to talk about. Just kidding. Let's avoid controversy. Because, yeah, I'm not really looking to start a fight. Is this a spriggan? Like an ash spriggan? Think we're walking up on another hunter's camp? I don't know, I'm realizing that Solstheim's pretty plain. Like, everything's either ashy or snowy, and I let Skyrim... I guess everything on Skyrim is either green or snowy. But ashy is not very interesting to look at.
Just one more bottle. Maybe a second one to get to sleep.
Can we sit on the bench? It's probably telling me somebody's already using this. You gonna stand on the bench? Okay. Oh. Yeah, I thought I could talk to him. Maybe he just wants to kill me.
Must be hearing things.
It must have been the wind. I love that in this game you can shoot someone with an arrow and then they think it was the wind. I mean, technically, if you want to get really technical, like a tornado could do that. A tornado could probably impale you with an arrow or something else. But do you see winds that strong around here? Because I certainly don't. So the volcano in the distance, that's Red Mountain, isn't it? I should play Oblivion Remastered. And then I can make a video in that. That would be interesting. I've never played... Well, I've played the beginning of Oblivion. But, I don't know. I felt... I don't really like going backwards in a series. Just because everything... makes everything feel outdated and... I don't know. I just don't love it. So, whenever I had originally played the original version of Oblivion, I didn't play it for very long. But now that Oblivion Remastered is out, and it'll feel a lot more like Skyrim, I guess, then I bet I'd have a better time with it. So I should do that. And then, again, I can make a video like this, but in Oblivion. The problem is, I don't have a lot of time for just playing video games. And, which kind of sucks, because that used to be a huge part of my life. But, I don't know, lately it's work, YouTube, hang out with friends if I have the time, sleep. And all those things are very important to me. I mean, if I could, like, not work my regular full-time job and just do something like this full-time, that would obviously be better. Well, there is a square section of the water where there is actually no water and you can see completely through it. That's interesting. I wonder what happens if I swim out there. Let's find out. So yeah. Things with those priorities in my life, whoa. It makes just something like playing video games is very low on my priority list. If I'm not playing with a friend, if I'm not doing it as like a bonding with friends kind of thing. Playing them by myself just doesn't really happen these days. Oh, I guess I hit the edge of the map. Well, dang. No going to the volcano, I guess. I didn't think I would be able to, but it was worth a shot. And I guess we're getting around a good place to wrap up. We'll walk back up to Tel Mither and maybe look out over the view of the volcano and then wrap things up from there. But yeah, so I've got video games on my list. I've even got games that I own that I've never played, like the Avatar game, Frontiers of Pandora. I would love to play it, but I have not had the time. And I've owned it since Christmas now because it was on sale and I got it then. But I don't know, who knows when I'll get a chance to play it. It just, even whenever I like want to just relax, do something relaxing, I end up just like sitting and watching anime or something, or sitting in a hot tub, or just because I just, something where I can turn my brain off and just exist is like that's how I relax. So and I do like relaxing with video games, but I don't know, you can't turn your brain off completely with a video game, and sometimes you just need to be able to do that. But anyway, here's our view of Red Mountain with the smoke pouring out. Honestly, it's not actually that great of a view because everything looks a little foggy, but you know what? It's not that bad either. So, thank you for being here, listening to me ramble as I do, and just being a part of my YouTube journey. And if you can think of any ways that I could improve my content, let me know. I'm always looking for ways to improve because it's hard to figure out what you can do better just from watching your own stuff yourself, because you have to figure that out through other people, because different people have different experiences in life, right? And y'all have watched different videos than I have, and y'all have different needs, like accommodation needs, than I do, so I don't know all of the things that would make this experience better for you the way that you do. So I appreciate any and all suggestions that you have, but not that you have to give any, just that I'm open to hearing them if you have them. So once again, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you now and always. And yeah, thank you and good night.